Today we're going to be reacting to David is facing the death penalty.
Story of David is one that has dominated mainstream headlines for almost a year now. It was almost impossible to not at least hear a little about what had happened, starting out as a horrifying mystery when police found the dismembered body of Celeste Hernandez, and quickly becoming a disturbing case study into the depths of human depravity as more information about the alleged perpetrator, David, came to light. Even if you don't know any details about this case, you have probably heard this general information through cultural osmosis. Many don't know how crazy the story has gotten as it's developed these past months. So today, we're going to be covering the full timeline of the David files, starting from the night of the murder and ending it with what we know in the present day. Quick disclaimer, this is one of the most disturbing topics I've ever covered, so viewer discretion is advised. With that being said, hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist, and
Crazy.
Today, we're looking into the David files. On
weirdo.
the evening of September 8th, 2025, David was in the middle of performing for a packed crowd while, at the exact same time, police officers in Los Angeles were being called to investigate a foul smell coming from an abandoned Tesla Model X that had been sitting in the heat for days. The vehicle had already been towed to an impound yard after neighbors complained about it being left outside for an unusually long period of time, and by the time officers finally searched it, the smell had become impossible to ignore. When they opened the front trunk, they found plastic bags containing dismembered human remains. The body had decomposed so severely that identification was difficult at first, but investigators were eventually able to determine that the victim was a teenage girl. She stood around 5'2" and weighed only 71 pounds. Considering how little remained and the state the body was found in, the condition shocked even experienced investigators. Before long, police identified the remains as belonging to Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a girl who had been missing for roughly 17 months. Then came the detail that changed the entire case from a disturbing homicide into one of the most infamous internet crime stories in recent memory. The Tesla belonged to indie artist David. At a first glance,
Which, that's another fucking thing. Like, why is it just cause, oh, it was just an ordinary case until it was David's car. No, bro, it's, fuck besides the fact that he's a weirdo. There's a lot of weirdos in this fucking world. Alright? We need to just stop putting, like, I don't even know what type of, like, standard, gold standard. It has to be they have to be mainstream in some which way or something to get justice and, like, have people fight for them and care. No, that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, and y'all know that shit fucked up, but that's the world we live in, huh? That's what y'all gonna tell me, right? We just live in this society, so we can't do anything about it, even though we're the ones enabling it, because we're the ones saying that we can't do anything about it, so we're just going to blindly comply and do it anyway. Fucking sheep.
David seemed like the last person anyone would associate with a crime this horrific. He had no criminal history, came from a financially stable family, and built his reputation online as a quiet former Fortnite player who turned into a bedroom pop artist almost overnight. And here's the detail that really sticks with people. The day Celeste's body was found, David was on stage. While police in LA were pulling bags out of the trunk of his Tesla, he was at a venue in Minneapolis headlining a packed show on the Withered tour, and he wasn't some nervous wreck up there. By every account, he was having the time of his life, hyping up the crowd, even tossing Labubu dolls out into the audience, telling them not to fight over it, and that it wasn't the last thing he was going to throw out. He didn't mention a word of it. He went on and performed again the very next night. From the outside looking in, it looked like business as usual for a rising pop star. Nobody in that crowd had any idea what had been found
You mean the guy that didn't want to be found out to have a dead body in his car was acting normal? Really? He wasn't acting like just some crazy crackhead on the side of the street? You mean to tell me he's like, I don't know, damn near like every other serial killer in the damn world? Oh my god. This is a crazy phenomenon. No, bitch.
2,000
No,
miles
it's not,
away.
bro.
But within hours of the
Like, this
discovery,
shit's
people began
stupid,
digging
bro.
through years of his music, deleted social media
fact that people
posts,
even trying
Discord
to defend
messages,
this fucking
archived
weirdo
live
is
streams,
weird, like,
interviews, and
insanely
music videos. As more
insanely
information
fucking weird.
surfaced, a horrifying narrative started forming. It began to look less like David had randomly become connected to a murder investigation, and more like he had spent years openly foreshadowing exactly what he was eventually accused of doing. While Celeste's body was sitting in the trunk of that Tesla, David wasn't
It's not-
hiding.
like, that's
He
what I
was
mean,
on
bro. Y'all
stage.
making
He was in the
losers
middle of his
famous, bro.
first big headline
That-
run
like,
with
you
the
just
Withered
heard what he
World
said.
tour.
He been planning this shit for years, releasing songs about what the fuck he was gonna do for years, bitch. Just to do it. Like, I don't know, bro. Y'all motherfuckers just gotta stop making these weirdos and losers, you know, some type of like internet famous. Any type of internet fame. Hell, let alone a fucking TikTok account with 1,000 fucking followers to the point where they can even go live. That shit shouldn't even be fucking. Matter of fact, bro, I damn near believe that everyone shouldn't have access to social media, point blank, period. Just off the simple fact that, yeah, freedom of speech and whatnot, cool, bada bing, bada boom. I don't, of course, I don't go against that. That's, yeah, of course. But some of y'all motherfuckers are dumb. Let me dumb. Dumb. Stupid. Fucking dumb. It's point blank, period, bro. There's people that are defending this fucking man. My point exactly. Dumb. Just dumb, ignorant weirdos. Look at this fucking loser, bro. He got a whole ass Hello Kitty as his fucking profile picture, bro. Grown ass man, bro. A grown ass adult human being. A grown ass adult human male at that. With a fucking Hello Kitty profile picture. Must there need be anything else said? And y'all wonder why this fucking weirdo was a fucking weirdo. Why he turned out to be the weirdo that he pictured himself to be. That he portrayed himself to be. He's a fucking weirdo, bro. Look at the motherfucker, bro.
Named
He's
after
weird,
his
bro. I
debut
don't
album,
know.
a record
I don't know, man. Maybe I just see what y'all motherfuckers can't see or something, bro. But I don't let motherfuckers fool me. I'd be damned if I... Motherfucker weird, bro. I ain't never heard of him before this shit. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't. Cause what the fuck? This shit is just insane.
described as a goodbye letter to himself, and the staging of that tour is something people really only went back and studied
Like,
after.
look at that. Bro, that's some shit a loser does, bro. What the fuck? You see all that
And
shit?
the staging of that tour is
He
something
said, yeah, it's y'all's turn. Look at it. It's y'all's turn.
people
Look.
really only
Yeah.
went back and studied after the fact. Fans walking in
What the fuck was that, bro? And you seen that
is
shit,
something
bro?
people really only went
Look at
back
this.
and
Bro,
studied
what the fuck, bro?
after the fact.
Man, stop it, bro. What the fuck, bro? Y'all mean to tell me you couldn't tell this dude was a fucking loser from the jump, bro? If I was one of his that's the point. They're fans. They're dumb. They're already dumb. Look at them. Look at all these sheep in this fucking crowd, bro. Just losers, weirdos, obsessing and idolizing another fucking human being. Weird. You're weird. It's one thing to, oh, yeah, bro, cool. You doing your shit, boom. I see you doing your shit, boom. Bada bing, boom. You doing your shit, boom, boom. But to this level, it's kind of crazy to me, bro. It's this kind of like, do you see this, bro? All for this fucking loser. All for this fucking loser, bro. Like, it's mind-boggling to me. That's the only thing I can truly say.
Fans
about it.
walking into the venue were greeted by a coffin. There was a funeral wreath, white.
Like I said, bro. This, to me personally, I like. This screams weird, bro. If I seen this, mind you, this is coming from a Juice WRLD fan. Whenever he used to be alive, a Juice WRLD fan, bro. I been getting called weird, bro. I can assure you, I know weird from just a style. Lil Uzi's weird as fuck. Cardi, weird as fuck. That shit is not no style. No, bro. They trying to get people to. Don't even get me started. They trying to fuck over the new generation, get them to turn gay. You don't want to hear my thoughts on that. Let me just put it that way. Alright? Don't open that can of worms. With that being said, you got influence on the fucking children, bro. They got influence on all of these fucking losers. And that's the point. They got influence on the losers that listen to them blindly. To put it bluntly, they just blindly listen to people. Fucking dumbass sheep. Like I said, you can't sit there and be surprised when a fucking cat turn out to be a fucking cat and you seen it down the street, bitch. Like, I don't know. It's like, it's just simple shit to me. Like, it's common sense to me, bro. You see something and then it's that. Like, I don't know. How the fuck can you not, like... And I will say this. Fucking, Jared bitch ass. Man, don't even get me started. His bitch ass wanted to kill himself, bro. Don't even get me started on that shit, bro. His little bitch ass, whenever he was wearing that dumbass fucking collar, bro, paint his nails. I'm not defending that shit, bitch. Man, fucking weirdo. But then he stopped doing it because he was like, wait, I'm a weirdo. And then he said, nah, I'm gonna just leave that back there. I'm a mature. Them motherfuckers matured into that shit. That's the fucking difference. But whatever, bro. And then even at that, I would understand if yeah, like someone like Juice was to do some dumbass shit like Cardi and then still have fans. Because he was a talented, artist. He was talented. He did what the fuck music artists can't do now. Like, still can't even do, bro. Let alone could. And that's the fucking point. You cannot sit here and, justify it, in my opinion. But besides the point. Back to what the fuck I was saying. Weird's weird, bro. How the fuck y'all as fans ain't see this and be like, wow, I'm looking up to this dude, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't even know how you could be a fan of this dude. This dude been weird, bro. Like, and then if I was a fan, I would have been like, bro, you weird. I'm not a fan. And then that
Roses lining the
I
stage,
don't know.
a
I
portrait
can't
of
get it.
David wrapped up in gauze
I can't
representing
get it.
a tormented alter ego he called Itami, and a guest book where the crowd was invited
Of course he's in the fucking anime.
to write letters to the dead. At the time, fans read it
Whenever I say, of course he watches anime, I mean, of course, his weird ass has his weird ass interest in some weird ass animes. Simple as that. He has interest in that shit. And you know what? Fair enough. I won't say anime. Weirdos like him that watch anime that are into the weird animes. So that's what I mean.
a moody, on-brand horror aesthetic. After September, a lot of
so
people
mad.
couldn't unsee
Bro, I don't know how, bro. If you a pedophile, bro, I hope to fuck you just. Matter of fact, I hope I slice your throat open, bitch. I hope I get to one day so gracefully get to just grab your little bitch ass, pin you down to the ground, beat the fuck out you. And I mean beat the fuck out you. We ain't stopping. I'm gonna elbow you. I'm talking hammer fist. I'm talking straight punches. I'm gonna slap you, backhand you. I'm gonna do it all, bro. Like, you gonna get a knee. You gonna get a fucking kick to the head, bro. You gonna get it all. I can promise you that. You gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. And then I'm going to kill you. Simple as that. I wish that I could do that to all of y'all. But I cannot. Because for some reason the law protects y'all. So basically what I'm saying is this. Why the fuck do criminals have rights? And I'm not talking about criminals that get out of jail, having their rights, given back to them, reinstated. I am all for that. I want, former criminals, reformed criminals. Of course, they have the rights, because it's fucked up if you don't have your rights and you're trying to be a actual, decent human fucking being. But like in the sense of, yeah, all right, I'm broke, so I'm gonna go take the money from you because fuck you. I don't know. It don't make sense to me. But yeah, that's what I mean. If you have any type of like criminal situation of that sort, any type of anything like that, someone trying to rob you, someone trying to take you, like kidnap, someone trying to rape you, they don't have rights right then and there. If they're in the act of committing a crime, you do not have rights no more. Die. Simple as, bro. You try to rob something from me, you're dying, bro. I don't care. You're dying, bro. And I will say, before I got stuff, I used to be on the other side of that argument, where it's like, okay, well, it's just metal. So if it's just metal, then why should a life be, sacrificed over it? Well, if it's just metal, then why the fuck are you trying to sacrifice your life over it, bitch? That's what the fuck I want to know. Because I tell you what, bitch, now you sacrificing my life because you want my car. Because I'd be damned if I die because of you, because your bitch ass want to have a fucking temper tantrum and be angry because I'm not giving you my fucking shit that I bought, bitch. So I got to kill you. There is no other way. I have to kill you. Point blank, period. Don't even try that, bro. Point to be said. What the fuck was the point to be said? I don't know. Kill all the fucking pedophiles in the damn, office. The damn, every fucking way. And power. I don't really want to get into that. And I think that's probably why I kind of diverted and just went to that argument. But fuck it. That's the other arguments is another one for a different day. I'll get into that. Boom. I'm not ready to end up on all this shit. With that being said, these people get protected. It's just that simple. And it's very fucked up. And it's fucked up that the law is that way. But it's that way because powerful people are in the positions that they're in. And all I can say, if you truly do feel some type of way about it, let's do something, bro. I'm with you. Let's do something, bro. I've been trying to do something. Let's do something. Come on. I'm right here, bro. I ain't paying my taxes. I ain't, man, fuck them bitches. It's simple as that, bro. Simple as that, bro. Y'all won't send money to a whole nother country, but don't help the fucking debt that we got right now. Matter of fact, that you made. That y'all's, man, sure. No, actually, you did make some of that. So, bitch, what the fuck? Because it's your second time in damn office. But I digress. Once again, that's a different argument, different statement, different. It's different, okay? It's different. But this motherfucker is indifferent between them motherfuckers. So, yeah, it's relevant. So, I'm sorry for going on a side tangent. Listen to me, I guess. I don't know. Don't watch my videos. I don't know. Do something. I don't know.
What it actually looked like.
Oh,
and
shit,
for
my food. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm only 4 minutes into this bitch. What the hell, y'all distracting me and shit? What the fuck wrong with y'all? Man, I gotta. I'm pretty sure we left off with, weirdos. Pedophiles are weirdos. They all deserve to die painfully and, suffer while they die painfully. Please. But, we all know that shit ain't gonna happen, so whatever. Let's get back into this video. Got about like 16,
a while,
16
officially,
minutes left.
nothing happened to him. Police hadn't named a suspect, no charges had been filed, and David was technically still a free man with a career. But the walls started closing in fast. Within days of Celeste being identified, Crocs and Hollister pulled him from a campaign he had been the face of just days earlier. Then, the shows began disappearing. First Seattle, then San Francisco and LA, then the entire European leg. Every date from Norway to Poland was wiped out and replaced with a note blaming unforeseen circumstances. His label suspended promotion of the album, scrapped the deluxe release, and pulled the tour merch. And before long, he'd been quietly dropped altogether. The album rollout, the funeral tour, all of it just stopped, and David himself went almost completely silent and dropped off the grid. To understand how the situation escalated into murder, investigators and internet sleuths started tracing the timeline all the way back to 2021.
Once you click this video,
That shit insane to me, bro. Motherfuckers gonna try and justify it by saying, oh, well, it was self-defense. What, bro? Bro, you got my brain glitching, bitch. What the fuck you mean? A little girl? A literal fucking child, bro. I'd be damned, dog. He should have never even been around that damn child to begin with, point blank, period. To even defend himself. What the fuck, bro? Like, that don't even make sense to me, bro. That's just the stupidest fucking shit I ever in my life heard. Bitch.
In December 2021, he released one of his first songs online, and even from the very beginning, the themes in his music were unusually dark and strangely specific. His lyrics revolved around obsession, abandonment, jealousy, emotional dependency, and violence towards romantic partners. The speaker in these songs constantly feared being left behind and reacted to rejection with rage. At first, nobody cared, because dark emotional lyrics are common in alternative music, especially among artists influenced by internet rap and emo scenes. But after Celeste's body was found,
that's some shit. Man, gonna get mad because a motherfucker don't want you, bro. What type of shit is that? That don't even make no damn sense. Grow the fuck up, bro. Grown ass fucking adult, bro. Grow the fuck up, bro. We not in no damn high school talking about some getting mad at rejection, man. Shut up.
People started revisiting these songs with entirely different eyes. Lyrics that once sounded edgy suddenly sounded disturbingly literal. One song included the line, "I think we both know who dies here." Another repeatedly referenced keeping someone from leaving. Others mentioned killing slowly, dying together, and becoming violent over betrayal. Then, there was one specific lyric that stood out above almost anything else. In a song released while Celeste was only 11 years old, David said, "Save your tears 7 years." 7 years later, Celeste would have turned 18. Investigators would later allege that David first met Celeste in early 2022 through Fortnite and Discord, when she was still a child and he was already close to adulthood. According to court records, detectives ultimately concluded the two first connected in January of 2022. Around the same time, Celeste's Discord account was reportedly created, which would have made her around 11 years old. As David's music career slowly gained traction online, his relationship with Celeste allegedly became deeper and more controlling behind the scenes. Former friends and Discord users later described how David surrounded himself with extremely—
The fuck are you talking to an 11-year-old for, bro? As a grown-ass man, bro. I don't care if you close to, bro. You a grown-ass man talking to an 11-year-old, bro. That shit is fucking weird. You're weird. The dude's weird. He's been weird. He's a loser. He's weird. He's been that. And y'all motherfuckers acting surprised when this weirdo turns out to be a fucking weirdo, bro. I don't understand this shit.
Young fans, and frequently interacted with underage girls in private servers. Multiple people who knew him during this period claimed his behavior towards minors was not exactly a secret.
Wow.
One former Fortnite teammate later said everyone in their gaming group—
Like, do you see this shit, bro? They just said that, man, this shit wasn't even a secret. Bro, so y'all knew about this shit. So you mean to tell me the people that's fanning over the dude knew about this shit, bro? And still didn't give not a fuck. Still sat there and tried to dick ride this fucking weirdo. Man, y'all gon' burn. Y'all is gon' burn right alongside them. Right alongside them, since you won't fucking back with them. You won't be behind them. You won't back them up and shit. This shit, man, gonna sit there and defend a fucking pedophile, bro. Not even a pedophile, bro. A fucking, I, 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 I don't even know, bro. Just a fucking, I don't know, bro. Just fucked up in the head. You defending fucked up in the head, bro. That's what I don't understand.
Knew about Celeste, and that David would casually joke about it whenever people brought her up. One of the biggest turning points in his career came with the release of Romantic Homicide, the song that launched him from being a niche internet artist into mainstream success. The music video showed David standing blindfolded among candles near what appeared to be a dead girl, while imagery throughout the video implied a body being hidden away inside luggage. The video was uploaded on September 7th, Celeste's birthday. At the time, fans viewed all of this as stylized horror aesthetics, but in retrospect, it became one of the most heavily scrutinized parts of the entire case. People started noticing how often David's songs referenced killing women he loved, preserving relationships through death, and becoming enraged whenever a girl wanted independence or tried to leave him. As David became more successful, he also became more reckless. By 2023, he was openly bringing Celeste into live streams and online content. In some streams, she could be seen in the background while fans asked who she was. Whenever viewers pressed him too hard, David either deflected or became aggressive. At one point, after a live stream involving jokes about age and controversy, David panicked and repeatedly demanded moderators to delete everything immediately, yelling that all VODs needed to disappear.
Where's your media training?
I personally don't.
Yo, I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Media train, bro.
Open a chime check.
Literally, bro. She, out of all of y'all, which that's another thing. She herself shouldn't even be in that fucking position. Cause what the fuck, where her parents at to even put her in that position to fucking begin with? Let alone the fact that, yeah, she's actually in that position. Now that she's actually in that position, she finally see it herself. Like, oh no, this is weird. And like, what the fuck is this dude doing? This grown ass man, bro. This is weird. And then once she finally starts saying the shit, then boom, that's whenever he go ahead and knock off. Seen that shit was getting too public. Had to get rid of her. That's all that was.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Delete everything. Everything goes.
Meanwhile, outside David's online communities, Celeste's family was desperately trying to find her. In February 2024, relatives began posting missing person alerts online stating that 13-year-old Celeste had disappeared from Lake Elsinore, California. Her aunt and mother both posted publicly asking for help locating her. Police later discovered that one of the last people Celeste contacted before vanishing was David. When investigators reached out to him, he answered the phone and claimed he barely knew her, insisting he had only met her once and did not realize she was underage. That explanation immediately started falling apart. According to court documents, David also showed police a yearbook picture of Celeste during the interaction, something prosecutors later argued directly contradicted his claims about not knowing her age. Detectives reportedly visited his home for a welfare check, but were unable to gather enough evidence at the time to arrest him or remove Celeste from the situation. Only days later, Celeste returned home, but prosecutors now allege David continued almost immediately afterward. Court filings later claimed that after her parents confiscated her phone, David drove to Lake Elsinore and paid another middle school student around $1,000 to secretly provide Celeste with a replacement phone so they could continue communicating. And despite all of this, David's career was exploding at the exact same time. 2025, he had become a global artist with collaborations
talking about giving middle schoolers, what the fuck was it, $1,000 to go give her a phone just so he could talk to her, bro. This grown ass man can't even go a week without talking to a little girl. Let that sink into your fucking head, bro. Let that sink into your fucking head, bro. Grown ass man can't even go a week at least without talking to a little girl. Can't make this shit up, bro. can't make this shit up, bro.
Tied to Fortnite, mainstream television placements, and appearances with some of the largest streamers on the internet. Songs were appearing in major shows and huge...
Don't get me started on that loser, bro. Don't even get me started on that fucking loser, bro.
Creators were collaborating with him. To most fans, he still looked like a shy, awkward musician who wrote
the loser groups.
Emotional love songs. But beneath the surface, prosecutors say the relationship with...
See what I'm saying? Those are the type of people you would see get bullied in school, bro. And now you see why, bro. Back in the day, they'd get bullied. And then that would be like, oh, damn, bro. I really should reflect. And then that would be like the oh shit moment in their life. But you see, now I'm not going to say it's good to have bullies, but damn it, motherfucker. Harsh criticism goes a long fucking way, bro. I tell you what. If they had motherfuckers still, man, bro, man, you a loser for that, bro. What the fuck, man? That's lame. You a dork. We wouldn't have weirdos like this, bro. We wouldn't have losers doing stupid shit like this with kids, bro. We wouldn't have this, bro. That's point blank, period, bro. If we hung these motherfuckers in the middle of the damn street, bro, we wouldn't have this, bro. And that's the part I'm trying to really get through your head, bro. If we really wanted to get rid of this problem, then we could really get rid of this problem, bro. And I don't really see the problem in it. Sure, I could kind of see the problem in the point where it's like, oh, we don't want to fully go back or resort back into whatever the fuck we used to punish people with. We don't want to cut people's hands off for stealing and doing this, that, and that, and killing people for the smaller things, or, you know, the crazy things, but just killing them like that for the first time, or whatever the fuck it is. I can understand what, yeah, the hand cutting off or stealing and shit, but whenever it comes to shit like this, I feel like we should hang them. We should gut them like pigs. We should treat them like the fucking human scum that they are, bro. The literal dust in a fucking dustpan, bro. That's what I like. They just don't even deserve to have any type of fucking remorse, any type of empathy held towards them, any type of fucking sympathy, any type of anything, bro. They don't deserve nothing. They deserve to sit there, die, suffer, and like I said, bro, die, suffer, and like I said, bro, die and suffer. Torture them so they can suffer some more. And then, yeah, go ahead, make sure that they die. And then watch them go to hell so they can go ahead, go down there and suffer some more. Since y'all think this shit cool, apparently. Like I said, bro, y'all going right behind them. Y'all going right the fuck behind them, too. You gonna burn right alongside this loser. Look at this dork, bro. Look at him, bro. You got fucking big ass glasses, bro. How the fuck you got the same glasses this bitch got? That don't even make sense, bro. You got whole female glasses on. Whole grown ass adult got female glasses on. At that little kid female glasses, bro. Grown ass adult, bro. Sitting next to a little kid, bro. Sitting there in a fucking kitchen. Ain't got shit better to do with your life. This is what I'm saying. This type of shit create weirdos, bro. This live streaming shit create weirdos, bro. Yes, it's good, but it creates weirdos, bro. Look at weirdos, bro. The same people that be making the fucking those kid videos and shit, that be dressing up in those costumes, running around and doing all those bullshit fake fucking, oh my god, those Spider-Man videos, those Elsa and all of those weird ass fucking storytime videos. Weirdos, bitch. Weirdos. They're trying to go after kids, bro. But you don't want to get me started on that shit either, bro. Like I said, they trying to control your kids. They trying to get and influence your kids, because I tell you what, the kids is where it starts. The kids is where it fucking starts. You can easily influence the kids. You influence the kids, you influence the next generation. Simple as that. That's why they trying to get all of these people, they trying to tap into the new form, streaming, music, Fortnite, any type of culture that they can get into and just ruin with their hands, bro. And whenever I say they, I just truly and really mean evil, because at the end of the day, I can't really say that it's anything besides that. Everything in it is just simply evil, bro. Whether it is trying to be, sure, I guess, but that's where the conspiracy comes into it, if it's trying to be or if it's not trying to be. But personally, I think it's trying to be, and it's trying to be deceiving, and it's trying to be deceitful, deceitful, whatever the fuck. And yeah, play with us right in front of our face. And that's another reason, bro. They're weirdos. That's another thing. It's just a whole bunch of bullshit, alright? Let me put it that way. You get paid to get attention. They don't care, so they just want attention. They try and get as much money. They go after your kids. They don't got no morals. They're weird. They're losers. It's just they got no integrity within their bodies, bro. Their bones. They probably can't even walk up the damn stairs properly. God damn, they ankles look like cankles, bro. They got fucked up heads, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. Walk around looking like that. You go walk around the street. You fuck around look like that. Still. Bro, you think he just looking like that in the house, bro. You think that was me. Just throwing that shit on. Man, I'm just in the house chilling. No, bro, he be out in public like that, bro. That boy weird. I can promise you. He be out in public like that, bro. He weird. You can find him at the damn grocery store looking like that. Weirdo. Walking out the house looking weird.
Celeste was
Simple
becoming
as that, bro.
increasingly volatile and dangerous. Court filings reportedly describe escalating arguments involving jealousy, infidelity, and Celeste becoming increasingly unhappy with the relationship. In one text message cited by prosecutors,
The fact that it was a relationship, like, what the fuck? In the relationship, bro. You see how we framing this? Like, this is so crazy to me, bro. Like, I know it's the facts, but damn, bro, that's so crazy to me, bro. How the fuck is a minor going to consent, bro? Please tell me how the fuck a minor is going to consent. I don't know.
Celeste allegedly
So could it truly even be a relationship at that, if they trying to say that it was even, the state that it was, because it was a minor? Minor can't consent. So how the fuck was it a relationship if it wasn't on one side? No, that little girl was getting raped. Simple as that. Sat there and got groomed by that fucking grown ass man for years. Simple as that. Simple as that. He's a fucking weirdo. Simple as that.
told David, "All we do is have and hang out, man."
You saw what I'm saying, bro? Dude's weird, bro. Grown ass man can only sit there and fuck a damn child, bro. Grown ass got everything he could have in the world, can only sit there and fuck a child, bro. A child, bro. I emphasize this, a child, bro. This is a child, bro. This is a literal fucking kid. I don't know, bro. It's just like cases like this just really piss me off, and that's why I'm probably more so upset right now. Cause not only that, but again with the parents thing, where it could have been avoided, and then again, bro, you're a grown ass man. Why the fuck are you doing that in the first place, bro? You're weird.
I want more than that for
I
myself.
don't know.
Investigators interpreted the message as
Bitch saying she want more for herself. Man, shut up, bro. That don't even make sense, bro. I know she a kid and whatnot, but damn, bro. Women. Don't even get me started on that.
evidence that she had begun resisting the fantasy and control. Prosecutors claim David had spent years constructing around her. The prosecution argues that tensions escalated dramatically in April 2025, after Celeste allegedly threatened to expose their relationship publicly.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, so Boom. Just like
According to investigators, this threat arrived at an especially dangerous moment for David.
That was the only fucking consensus that I could come up with, though. Was that, yeah, she probably was about to go public with the information or whatever. And then he was like, alright, yeah, come over real quick. And then, yeah, her dumb ass actually went over. Like that. Females, bro, like I said, bro, don't get me started on that can of worms. Females will sit there, tell you this, that, the third, and it's fucking everything under the sun that they gonna do to you. But then ask to come over the next day. Wanna come over the next day. Dumbest shit, bro. I don't know. They got so many problems with females, bro, and males, I won't do that too. But god damn it, motherfucker, bro.
Because his debut album and major endorsement opportunities were about to launch, meaning public exposure of an illegal relationship with a minor could potentially destroy both his career and financial future overnight.
As it fucking should. As it fucking should, bro. What is we talking? Yes.
Prosecutors later cited this as evidence of financial motive connected to the murder charge. According to the timeline laid out by investigators, David allegedly sent an Uber to pick up Celeste from her family home on April 23, 2025.
See, from her family's home. Come on now, bro. At 9? You mean to tell me her parents going to sleep around 9? She's going to sleep around 9? My dog. Come on, bro. It's really to the point where it's like, yeah, of course it's his fault, but where do we stop blaming him and start blaming the parents, bro? Cause this shit is out fucking outrageous to me, bro. There's no way. Like, I don't know, bro. I'm trying to think if I had a fucking child, like my own, bro. There's not a shot in fucking hell, bro. I don't know. Around 8:40, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. He sent it, got her around 9. Like, that's what I'm saying. Got there probably around 9, bro. And you mean to tell me y'all just sound asleep? She snuck out the house or something, bro? Come on, bro. I don't understand that. And then you can't sit there and be like, oh, well, she goes to sleep around 8:30. No, for one, no. Not a child. No child's going to sleep at the time. I'm sorry to tell you. Let alone the fact that I don't understand why you wouldn't go in there and be like, just check on her. Or, just, all right, going to sleep now. Good night. Anything, bro. Anything. Like, walk past the door. All right, good night now. Oh, that's weird. She didn't answer back. Like, I don't see how I don't know, bro. Me as a child, bro. Even me as, like, yeah, at the age I'm at now, knows that, yeah, bro. If I had a child, I would just hold myself to a different standard, bro. Like, I wouldn't be able to move the way I moved anymore. I could, like, I don't know, bro. I'd have to really get my life together. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Personally, though. But, again, maybe that's because I kind of already got my life together. And I'm not like these fucking dumbasses that just want to fucking have children. Don't know no better. Won't sit there. Oh, that's what we do, right? That's life, right? I don't know. I don't know why they have children, bro. You broke ass can't afford condoms, but you can afford a child. I don't understand. I don't know, bro. To me, I don't know, bro. It's just never. You that broke, bro? Dog, I could lend you $20 if you needed that, bro. Like, brother, damn. Damn, bro. Damn.
month. Records reportedly show she arrived
I didn't know y'all had it that bad. Shit.
at his residence around 10:10 p.m. Roughly 20 minutes later, David began sending text messages asking where she was, despite prosecutors alleging she had already arrived. Authorities believe those messages were
See that too? See how she got there around 10:10? Then he sent the messages around that time? He did that as soon as she got there. She walked in the door and it was a fight for her life. Hell, whether it was at the door or he literally lured her deeper into the house, told her to lock the door behind her or something. Called her on the phone. Oh yeah, whenever you get here, lock the door behind you. Just come up here. I'm gonna be in my room. You know, I'm taking a shower or something. I'm about to jump in the shower. Boom. Easily play that off. Oh yeah, cool. All right, I'm just walking. You know, nothing out of the normal for her, at least. Walk in that bitch. Lock the door. Make sure you know you got the house protected. You lock the door behind you. Walk up down stairs. Walk down the hallway. Wherever the fuck you gotta go. Get into the room. Get into wherever it was, and then, let alone the fact that he could have actually had a gun on him with the knife. And then, yeah, his fucked up, like I said, he fucked up in the head. So he just wanted to fulfill the fantasy in his mind or whatever and stab her and, you know, dismember her. Fucking weird, bro. Weirdo, bro. Like I said, bro, you're weird, bro. Fucking weird. You're a weirdo, bro. I don't understand how the fuck. I digress. Like I said, he could have had a gun on him, anything. Boom, put that bitch to her. Right when she walked in the door. Right whenever she walked in the room. Wherever she, you know, he wanted her to be. Yo, nah, go to the garage. Now go to the garage. Killed her there. Either way, it happened like that, bro. It wasn't no, oh, hey, nice to meet you. And, you know, hugging and that. No, bro. For him to be on her phone at 10:30 when she got there at 10:10, bro. He did that, like, he did that fast, dog. It wasn't none of that, bro. Because I can already assure you, he had to move the body, make sure the blood wasn't dripping where it wasn't supposed to be dripping. Had to put, that's why I think he personally had a gun and lured, you know, told her to go where the fuck he wanted her to go to kill her and have, you know, wherever he had prepped prior. Because I'm assuming personally, he already had the shit planned out to this extent where he had fantasies and shit. So I'm assuming he was already like, oh yeah, tonight's the night. Tonight's, oh yeah, I do it. Tonight's the night. I gotta do it. Doom. And then if he wasn't on, like, you know, what the damn Dexter shit was on, with the damn plastic, where it catches all the blood and shit, he got some shit, you know, posted up in his garage or something. And then, you know, told her to go up in that bitch, killed her in there, moved her body wherever it needed to be moved, and then started texting himself. I wouldn't be surprised, personally. But again, that's just me being, the fuck they call, an Imagineer. Yeah, my little dumbass being an Imagineer. And yeah, bro, but fuck, you know. But like, I don't know. Personally, I feel like she probably knew something was a little bit up. And then once she seen, you know, the act, it was, you know, all blown, and he just had to go. He was just like, all right, go to this place, all right. And then it was just obvious that she was gonna die. Personally, because I don't see how he plans it to this extent, but then just doesn't thoroughly, you know, go through with the rest of it on the back end, the actual night of it. I don't know. Just my opinion, though.
Staged in advance to create a false narrative suggesting
Sorry for pausing.
Celeste never actually reached the property. From there, investigators claim David stabbed Celeste multiple times, including wounds to the chest and abdomen that later caused fatal blood loss. Authorities further allege that after
she was bleeding out, the blood wasn't like yeah, it wasn't like a neck kill. It wasn't none of that. He wanted to have her bleed out. What the fuck? That's so weird to me. Yeah, that's what I don't know. I guess he's just a weirdo. So he's basically like a grown child. Cause that's how I'd imagine a child stabbing somebody, just like just being scared and like going forward in their chest, in the biggest part of their body. It doesn't like I don't really understand how you abdomen, yeah, but the chest. The abdomen, that's what got her. That's what got her. The fucking stomach blues. See, that makes sense though. Jigging her like upwards. But yeah, like how the fuck? You would have to literally have that bitch sticking out this way and stabbing her into the chest. That don't even make like sense to do in the sense of killing somebody. Unless it's just either rage, the fantasy thing, or like I said, his just nerves in the moment. He just didn't know what to do. Like he was just a child trying to act on what he thinks right, or thinks how to do it, if that makes sense.
After committing the crime, David drove through Santa Barbara to dispose of evidence before purchasing supplies used to dismember the body. Those purchases included chainsaws, a shovel, heavy-duty bags, a body bag, and a blue inflatable pool, supposedly intended to contain blood, while dismemberment occurred inside his garage. Ironically,
So what the fuck? I don't. For one, chainsaws and contain don't even mix, bro. That's about to be what the fuck. If you want a cleaner cut, you go hacksaw type of thing, But that's something that. Look, man. I don't know how he didn't already have this shit though. Cause my thing is, he knew he was going to do it that night. That's for certain. Unless she came over and dropped it on him that night. I mean, maybe he's just that much of a loser that like in his head he's, no, even the child doesn't want to be with me. Which that's insane, bro. Even a child don't want to be with you, bro. That's some next level shit, bro. If you can scare away a child, you can make a child laugh with a fart, and you scaring them away, bro. That's wow, bro. That just goes to say something about him. Point blank, period, right there. Like I was saying. I just don't know why he wouldn't already have those things, knowing that tonight would be the night. But I don't really see how he wouldn't know that tonight would be the night. Because, I mean, maybe. I want to see the messages leading up to her getting into that Uber. That's what I want to see.
Prosecutors argue that the very method David allegedly used to avoid leaving evidence instead created enormous amounts of forensic evidence.
I don't know, bro. Maybe it's just cause like he thinks he's smart, and then karma coming around and just biting him in his ass at or I guess the last possible chance, maybe in prison, but coming back to bite him in the ass on the biggest thing that he's doing bad, just off the simple fact, because now it's going to show how stupid he was and idiotic he was. This dumbass really thought chainsaws and a fucking kiddie pool was gonna do the job. At containing the blood, that is. Oh my god. I don't know. My head hurts for him. Let alone the fact that you didn't put up no damn, those whatever the fuck the painters be using. I feel like that, especially at what the fuck you got, bro. You know how much money that dude had. he ain't want to get away with for real. And that's the scary part to me, cause you got money out the ass and you can't even splurge on your killing spree, your dismemberment, bro. Like, come on now, bro. You mean to tell me the one thing that could get you caught up in the you're done. You're done, buddy. You just I'm gonna just go grab a kiddie pool from fucking Dollar General, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. Go run down to damn Ace Hardware real quick. Grab 2 chainsaws. They ain't had none of the damn hacksaws left. I got there a little too late or something. I like, what the fuck, bro? I don't know. It's just not really making sense to
According
me.
to investigators, using chainsaws caused blood and biological material to spread widely
Fuck, they might not be able to get him with the you know what they're trying to get him with, premeditated
throughout the garage, while also shredding the inflatable pool itself. Small blue plastic fragments consistent with the destroyed pool were reportedly later recovered alongside Celeste's remains. Even worse for the defense, authorities allegedly discovered the damaged pool still sitting at the property months later when police searched the residence
serious,
after the body
bro?
was found. The
Like,
sheer
you so
carelessness
serious,
investigators described
told
throughout
you.
the entire alleged
This dude did not want to get away with this. And that's kind of the concerning part because of the money that he has, the status that he's at. Did he either just okay, I'm not gonna get caught. I'm He-Man. I'm the man. I'm that guy. Or did he like I don't know. Like, and then let alone the fact that he just left the body in his car, bro. I think he's just stupid. I think he's really just that fucking stupid, bro. Cause it's coincidence after coincidence after it's not coincidences no more, Brody. That's 3. That's 3, dog. They're not coincidences no more. You can only have so many coincidences before it's suspicious.
cleanup
Before it's a conviction.
has led
Let me
many
just say
observers
that,
to
man.
speculate about David's mental state during the crime and aftermath. Prosecutors claim he never properly disposed of the remains, never thoroughly cleaned the garage,
Yes.
never removed crucial forensic evidence, and continued driving the Tesla while the body remained stored inside the vehicle's front trunk alongside air fresheners.
That's insane to me. For one, bro, you know how much I use my car? I'd be damned if I'm constantly driving around with a suitcase in the back of my car just taking up space, bro. That alone is about to blow the piss out of me. I can't even have that in my car. Just the suitcase taking up space. Let alone the fact that it's a dead body. Let alone the fact that it's, you know, dismembered and it's constantly currently, but I don't know. I wanted to look for another word. I don't know. Currently, shit, the smart word for the rotten. It's decomposing. That word. In my damn trunk. And I'm just driving around fucking LA. Just doing my diddy my bop. Never that. And that's the point where I'm kind of concerned. Why would they take premeditated if this is what they're stating happened? Because personally, this doesn't make sense to me, at least, to be premeditated. Because why would you not dispose of the body? You still have the pool. You don't know what to do after. You had to go pick up the stuff, and then you got a shovel. So what? You was planning to bury her, it seems. But then you just decide to throw her in the trunk and throw some air fresheners over her. That doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me in the slightest. Like, I don't know.
meant to
I don't know. The premeditation is kind of losing me now.
mask the decomposition odors. He eventually abandoned the vehicle entirely rather than destroying it. Even more bizarrely, court filings reportedly state that David retained possession of numerous incriminating digital files. Investigators
I could have told you that one of course he's probably talking to other children, let alone getting nudes from those children, let alone probably have nudes from her whenever she was still a child, let alone just regular fucking content, you know, going through Hulu in it, Hollow, whatever the fuck that weirdo's name, you know, $20, trying to get him some little fix.
Allegedly recovered
His
explicit
little fix.
images and videos
Fucking
involving
weirdo.
Celeste from iCloud storage and other
Shit.
devices, including content prosecutors claim depicts sexual activity when she was only 30 years old. Authorities reportedly seized approximately 40 terabytes of data connected to the investigation.
That was crazy. 40 terabytes of fucking evidence. That's not just your, you know, whole life's data. Which that's about your whole life's fucking data, mind you. It's a lot of fucking, that's a lot of storage, dog. That's a lot of storage, dog. Just to put it in fucking perspective, this little flash drive is 512 gigabytes of storage. What I currently have on it is about 30-ish hours of footage on it. Probably a little bit more. 30 hours of recorded footage, at least, on this hard drive. And it's only at about 50. I'm going to say 50 gigabytes just to play it safe, play it cool, play it, you know. But yeah, it's about 50 to 60 something range, if at most. That being said, that just goes to show. I got like 30 hours of just recorded footage. Just footage, just recorded. You could sit here for a day straight and still have 6 more hours to go of footage of just sitting at least. And that's barely scratching the surface of what this hard drive can even hold, let alone what the fuck 40 terabytes can hold. That shit was crazy whenever that dropped, bro. They got 40 terabytes of evidence on you, my dog. You might as well go ahead and look for that plead. Cause, man, that's... Unless they lie.
Whether all of that material exclusively involved Celeste or included other victims has not yet been fully clarified publicly. The autopsy findings only intensified the public horror surrounding the case. Medical examiners reportedly concluded that Celeste died from stab wounds causing catastrophic blood loss. Her remains showed evidence of dismemberment, and 2 fingers were missing entirely, her left ring finger and her pinky.
That alone just goes to show that it was David. I don't think they're going to be able to argue against the fact that it was David. Just off the simple fact. I mean, well, you know what? Had a hand in it by David. Whether that was he paid someone to do it or he did it himself. Which that was another thing. I'm pretty sure he did it himself, bro. He invited her over to her house. That's another thing. You mean to tell me you invited her over to your house and then that was just the last that anyone's ever seen of her? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Let's use our head a little bit, please. But like I said, either he, would have paid someone to do it or did it himself, especially since it was at his fucking house.
Internet users quickly linked that detail to a tattoo bearing David's name on her ring finger, leading prosecutors to suggest he intentionally removed identifying features connected to himself. She also had a matching tattoo on her right.
But that just don't make any sense. Just off the simple fact that DNA is DNA, bro. Dental records are dental records, bro. There's very little chance that a body goes unidentified nowadays. With that being said, I don't see how he didn't think that was just going to throw him, further in the gutter. Because why were all the things connecting him and her the only things missing? Plus she went to your house. Plus she was talking about leaving you and going public with all the information. Plus you were mad at her. Plus you were saying all of the stuff in your songs. Plus the receipt that you got on this date at this time, at this store on this, street. It says that you bought the chainsaws, the pool, or whatever the fuck it was. And then not only that, we found remains of pool fabric and the remains. Like, that's just way too many coincidences to not be at least suspect.
Index finger saying shh. That matches with the one David has.
Weirdo.
Toxicology results added another layer of disturbing speculation. While many substances tested negative, preliminary screens reportedly turned presumptive positives for MDMA, methamphetamine, and benzodiazepines. Experts cautioned that decomposition can complicate toxicology interpretation significantly, especially because post-mortem fermentation can naturally produce ethanol inside the body. Still, some observers speculated that Celeste may have been drugged before the attack, though no definitive public conclusion has yet confirmed that theory. As prosecutors continued building their case, investigators also began examining the role of people surrounding David. Private investigators publicly suggested he believed someone may have assisted with moving or dismembering the body, arguing that it would have been extremely difficult for one person to handle alone. He also alleged that some individuals close to David may have received—
Honestly, not really. Not really. Let's not do that. I think he could have done that on his own. Very much so. Just off the simple fact that the body sat in his car. It was just sitting there. If he had somebody else's help, for one, I feel like there would have been a solution. Like, oh yeah, we gotta do this. Just off the simple fact that there is that other person. So not only would you be like, okay, well, I gotta censor this, mess. I gotta get us out. We gotta do something to, progress this and get us further into the clear. With that being said, we have to make a decision with this body. A decision would have been made, in my opinion. I don't see how a decision wouldn't have been made if it was more than, just him. Off the simple fact that, yeah, I don't think that the other person would just sit there and be like, oh yeah, let's just let the body, sit in your car. Unless he told that person maybe that he went ahead and got rid of it, when in all reality it was just sitting there and he was trying to be like, damn, what do I do with it? Maybe he was weird and he just wanted to be with the body longer. That's a possibility, as fucked up as that sounds, but look at what, he was doing to begin with. But yeah, like I said, I think it was him, just off the simple fact that it was in his car for that long. If it was someone else with them, it ain't nothing. Hey, say, bro, look, I'm gonna be out on tour this date. Oh, I'm gonna be out of state on this date. I'm gonna be on this little vacation. I'm gonna be on this little promo thing. I'm gonna go shoot for this magazine. I'm gonna go be on this podcast. I'm gonna go take photo shoots at this place I set up. I put my own photo shoots in. Whatever that might be. While I'm out there, you go take it to boom, boom, boom. Get rid of that. You know what I mean? Get rid of that. And that would have been that. They said that he went out and purchased that stuff. It wasn't somebody else that went and purchased that stuff. He went out and purchased that stuff. If someone else was in that house, let me put it this way. He wouldn't even left the house. These types of people are the fucking Jasons in the world. They will literally DoorDash a fucking Dr. Pepper to their doorstep just because they're thirsty now, but they're live streaming, so they can't leave the house because they live stream the little kids and they attention spans just, through the roof. Or well, no, their attention spans is just so shitty. That's what it is. So shitty that, yeah, they can't sit still and watch him ride in a fucking car for 5 minutes. With that being said, I don't see why he would leave the house off the simple fact that, one, he wouldn't have to if someone else was there. He would just be like, well, fuck, I'm gonna just stay home, have him go grab it. Two, he wouldn't be on these street cameras driving around in his car. He wouldn't be putting the purchases on his cards. He wouldn't have his face on the cameras being in that place at the time, let alone the fact that it was found months later, and they probably just didn't have that security footage from that exact date because they just deleted it by then. So that's probably why they don't have that security footage. But yeah, they probably have his bank statements stating that it was him that bought it. It was this, and this, and that. Or it was this receipt number that they went back to that store. They looked at that receipt number, went into their files and their databases, spreadsheets and shit, and matched them up. And then seeing exactly what the fuck he got. Looked at exactly his receipt and exactly what he had bought.
Saved money.
So, as long as the facts are as what he says in this video, I personally think that he did it by himself. Let me rephrase this. At this point in time, I believe that he did it by himself and that he was just stupid. And even though he was planning it out, it just didn't go according to plan as he wanted it to. He probably wanted it to be a little bit later down the line, whatever that might have been. He didn't have it set up for that night. Wound up happening that night because she probably wanted to break up with him or some shit. Drop something. Probably started pressing too much about, oh, this one girl. Or some, relationship shit. Even though, like I said, bro, I don't know how that could even be considered a relationship if she was a minor, and I digress. Right? He was just stupid, not knowing what the fuck to do, and just left the thing in his car, left the body in the car. But why wouldn't he try and cover his tracks to the fullest extent? It just looks like he wasn't trying to even cover his tracks at all.
In exchange for silence or cooperation, though those claims remain unproven publicly at this stage. Cooperation. Individuals close to David may have received money in exchange for silence or cooperation, though those claims remain unproven publicly at
most likely
this stage. Meanwhile, additional scrutiny fell on David's management team and professional associates after reports emerged that warnings about his relationship with Celeste had allegedly been sent directly to people working around him. According to private investigators, an email warning management that David might be connected to a missing 13-year-old was forwarded internally, rather than—
Bro, this is what I mean, dog. Like, so you mean to tell me all of these local little people all of a sudden just knew about this stuff and knew about it during it actually happening, but yet we're just now figuring this shit out? Like, that's insane to me.
And immediately reported to law enforcement. Although simply receiving an email does not prove criminal knowledge, critics argue it demonstrates how many opportunities existed for someone to intervene before the situation.
Thank you, and thank you again. I'm so glad I'm not the only fucking person that sees this shit. Like, it's thank you. It's common sense, right? It's in front of our eyes, right? I'm not going crazy and thinking I'm the dumb one and everyone else is just, gaslighting me into thinking I'm stupid. Thank you, bro.
Escalated into murder.
Because I swear to God, bro, I'd be thinking I'm stupid. Not really, but, whatever. Y'all can have it. Whatever. I'm stupid. I'll keep it pushing. That's another thing. Don't argue with stupid. They're going to bring you down, beat you with experience. Like I said, though, I'm glad that, people are starting to open their eyes and, think for themselves. Because, especially with all of this, recent shit coming out, especially, like I said earlier, I don't want to get into it, but politically, at least a lot of people should be opening their eyes and, seeing at least the new generation. Let me put it that way. If the new generation could do it, we're on a very good start. It's just that we don't do anything about it. We're sitting here not doing nothing about it. And that in itself is the problem. Just off the simple fact that change doesn't happen unless change happens. And that's all I can say. Because clearly words ain't working. We can't trust the people to put the people that they're friends with behind bars. You know what I mean? The people in power are friends with the people doing bad, and then the people in power are probably also doing bad. Doing the same exact bad at that. Most likely.
There is one last strange footnote to all
So it'd be ludicrous for me to sit here and tell you, hey man, you know your mom? Yeah, go grab your mom and throw her in a fucking jail cell for years on years on years on years. You're gonna look at me and be like, bro, you're crazy. Why would I go throw my mom in jail? That's the way that they probably look at it. That's the way that they probably look at it. That's family to them. That they got a whole family of weirdos. Weirdos, like I said. Weirdos, and more weirdos.
of this. After the raid, David broke his lease and cleared out of that Hollywood Hills home, the same house where prosecutors say Celeste spent time before she died, and where investigators searched the garage. Crews were photographed hauling everything out, and then, earlier this year, right around the time he was finally arrested, the house quietly went back up for rent. A fully furnished Hollywood Hills home with a private pool around 4,000 square feet, listed at just under $24,000 a month,
That's crazy,
and marketed as a peaceful
I'd be damned if I paid damn near 25 bands a fucking month to stay at a place.
luxury escape. Whoever signs that lease next probably has no idea what's alleged to have happened in that garage. Ultimately, this case with David seems pretty cut and dry when all the details are laid out. David had exhibited psychopathic tendencies and a
But that's the thing with the system. It's good. Cause yeah, you have to be proven guilty. Just cause this evidence points to him, a lot of it points to him, have to be proven without a reasonable doubt. That's what it is. And yeah, you know, all of that shit. Even though a lot of officers treat you like you're guilty, you know, before you even do anything, before they even get to talking to you, they look at you like, you know, either they think you're guilty or they think you're the victim. One of the two. And that's simple as that. You can't tell me different.
fascination with gore, even
Some different, you know, some of course. But that's just like any fucking job, any industry, anything. Everything has their good and their bad. That's just how the world works. Good can't survive without evil, the same way evil can't survive without good.
at a young age, and clearly had issues for his entire life. He somehow got away with allegedly year-old, all while being at the height of his fame. It almost
That's another thing. You see this, right?
at a young
If you ever see any loser like this typing anything like this, bro, they're dorks. Just literally look at this type of stuff and laugh. Because these types of people are just weirdos like him that don't got no power, but they want power, so they try to go after kids, children, try and manipulate things that they can manipulate. And yeah, he wanted power, so he went ahead and took it where he knew he could have it over a fucking child. And that's the point I really want to have click to y'all, bro. Weirdos that say shit like this, and if you think someone saying this is cool, oh my god, bro, that's so edgy, bro, that's so, dude, that's so cool. Oh my, dude, that's so cool. He said the gore word. Oh my, he said addicted. Oh my god, I'm addicted to things. You're a fucking dork too, bro. Simple as. There ain't no way to really sugarcoat that. You're a dork. I don't know. With that being said, I personally like gore. I wouldn't say gore videos, because that in itself is just a different topic, because that in itself is talking about, you know, the dark web type of shit and all of that. I'm talking about gore in the sense of an artistic way. In like a movie, you know, way, something like that. Where it's like, okay, yeah, you know, I see the vision. I see where you took your time and you crafted the shot. You know, you curated the experience. You know, you made me feel some type of way while I was watching it. That type of thing. But again, I'm more of like a movie enthusiast, I guess you could say. Whatever. But yeah, like I enjoy movies and I watch movies for the sense of them being what they are, films. I like to go into them and what look at the point, the storylines, the continuity, the shots, the angles, the scenes themselves. And yeah, the quality, the line deliveries, the acting, all of that. So whenever I say I like gore, that's the type of gore I mean. And don't get it twisted. I do like those types of videos, but I don't like them in that sense, if that makes sense. Like if I'm just scrolling on my Instagram feed and I see one, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, the fuck, yeah, I don't know. Of course I'm gonna watch it. Besides that though, I'm not going out searching for the shit. And that's what weirdos like this do. They go out, oh my god, bro, oh my god, bro, I'm so cool, dude. Dude, you should see me, bro. I'm over here, really. Oh my god, he died. Oh my god, another guy, he died. Oh my god, and another guy, he died. Yeah, you guys think I'm cool now? You guys think I'm cool now? They do this shit for attention, bro. They're just losers that crave attention. And when they don't get it, they go search for it where they can get it. Kids. Little kids. They're weird. They're weird. And they are weird. Please stop making these people any type of famous, let alone giving them any type of attention. Please protect your children. Please do your due diligence and your duties as a fucking civilian in this goddamn world. Protect yourself and your fucking loved ones. Simple as. If everyone just protected themselves and their loved ones, I could promise you one fucking thing. For one, we wouldn't have so many damn loved ones. Cause I tell you what, some of y'all's loved ones are these types of people, and then y'all want to still protect them, which that is, but beyond fucking ludicrous to me. But that a whole different story again. And two, yeah, we wouldn't have a lot of this shit in this world because a lot of the fucking people would be holding these weirdos accountable for what the fuck they're doing. At least I would hope so. If you actually truly did love your loved ones, then they turned out to be your loved ones, then that means you somewhat, in part, failed your job. Because you didn't talk to that kid. You wasn't there for that child. For whatever it was where that turn took it, you wasn't there for that fucking child in some which way. You didn't ask that person if they were feeling okay in any which way. You didn't care about that person. You didn't do anything to help that person or any which way, any which manner in the sense of positive. Hell, don't think just by giving someone a roof or feeding them or being complacent in their stupid crimes and sitting there just mindlessly agreeing to them and fucking feeding their delusion and just like, oh yeah, being a yes man next to them and just, yeah, whatever goes. Yeah, sure, you're helping them, but by helping them and making them feel good, you're destroying them, because then they get into a mindset where now they don't understand this is wrong, this is weird. They just simply think whatever they think goes. And that's just that. Whatever they feel like doing today just goes. And that's why you see, these random videos of ignorant, just assholes walking around that think, the world revolves around them. And, oh, well, if a loud noise is out in public, then it hurts their ears and it must be stopped. That's how you get those types of people, because you get yes men around them. You get their parents not disciplining them. You get fucked up parents. That's another reason. Not everybody deserves to be a parent, and that is point blank period the truth. I don't know how much I won't hear that, but it is the truth. Not everybody deserves to be a parent, because then you have fucked up children that come out in this world and ruin other fucking humans' lives and impact other humans' lives in a negative fashion, in which that person can go and return fuck up someone else's life. I will say it's not right that they do that in whichever manner that they do. Sure. But to say it doesn't happen would be just dumb. I'm not naive to the fact that, yeah, it happens. And that part is the part that needs to change. You change it from the root, the source. Once you fix the source itself, a lot of the problems will be fixed. Sure, they will have some that slip through the cracks and that you can't. But like I said, that is just life. That is something that you can at least manage. These types of weirdos and the way that this world is going, where, hell, I'm kind of sitting there feeding into it, just and contributing to it, just because I'm sitting here right now in itself doing what I damn near am protesting against. Just off the simple fact that, yeah, bro, once you get people in their little bubbles like this, they might not even be what I'm on. I'm trying to share my opinion with the world. And that's another thing. A lot of people nowadays don't like to share their opinion and make it known as, oh, it's just my opinion. A lot of people like to just try and say that it's fact, let alone on like short form media. A lot of people try and just deliver whatever it is that they think and they believe as fact nowadays. And that's kind of crazy to me. I don't know. But even at that, like I said, people like this may not even want to give their opinion out on the internet. They just may use the internet for their mischievous fucking ways and then just go sleep peacefully at night until they go burn in hell, of course. But that's what is kind of insane to me. The fact that anybody, for one, could just post their opinion, which in itself isn't bad, but in itself is bad. So, of course, you can't really do too much about that, and I accept that, sure. Everyone has a right to talk and give their opinion. I do not, disagree with that at all. I definitely, yeah. Once you start, limiting social medias for one reason, then that opens the door to 100 different reasons for whichever reason that person in which puts that reason forth into play, into law, I guess, type of thing, into a rule type of thing. It would be entirely up to that person or persons in which, figure it out. And then you would have to just hope that those persons have the right, the good of the people in mind type of thing. They just want to see actual positive change and not bullshit. So, yeah. God damn it, bro. I lost my train of thought. Sorry for the side tangent. Again, back to what I was saying. These weirdos, they don't deserve to have voices on the internet, because once you have a voice and let alone a bubble to revolve in, not only do you put other people within that bubble, within your world, just, like-minded people, the people that you want in that world, you allow them in. And those are the only people that you will hear. They're the only opinions you will hear. And, they're the only people you talk to, give your opinion with, and share your opinion. But y'all are like-minded. So it's just a bubble that just sits there and builds and builds and builds and builds and festers and just sits there and until it, fuck around, runneth over. The cup runneth over, and now look.
Age and clearly
like
had
this.
issues for his entire life. He somehow
talking about I love gore. That's just weird, bro. And this is coming from someone like I was mad whenever they didn't blow the dude's brains out or the girl's brains out. Boom, bada bing, and Obsession. I was upset, but I wouldn't even sit here and have the gall to type some bullshit like this out. I wouldn't have that. I couldn't. Maybe that's because I just have too much pride, probably. Would that be? I think it'd be pride. Where I just, oh, bro, that's cringe. I don't want to do that. Man, that's cringe as fuck. That's some loser shit. Maybe that's the reason. But I don't know, dog.
got away with
I don't
allegedly
know.
year-old, all while being at the height of his fame. It almost seems that when he allegedly murdered Celeste, he wanted to be caught. As Tony Soprano calls it, he got cowboyitis.
People do that shit, they want to get caught.
Oh, I want to get caught.
Yeah, you want to get caught. I've seen it before. That's fucking cowboyitis.
Or wanting to be seen
Maybe.
as tough, or however you want to say it, by
See what I was saying? He just attention. Like I said, attention.
other people.
Wanted to be seen as tough. That's why he was posting fucking. I love gore. Y'all see me back? I love gore and shit. You know. Gore. You know I'm hard and you know I'm cool, right? Because I like the gore. Like just a loser, bro. Like, that's how I picture him every time I fucking look at any type of messages like that, bro. It's just like you're a loser, bro. That's why I hate saying shit. Like whenever the obsession video comes out, y'all will see, and I'll probably. Matter of fact, I already mentioned it twice in this video, so it's linked in the damn description. Go fucking check out my damn video in the damn description right here. Matter of fact, I might put it on the screen if I know how to do that, but I don't know if I'm that damn technical yet, so please bear with me if it's not there. I'm sorry. With that being said, I probably look stupid as shit doing that, but in the obsession video and whatnot, I even said I don't want to like come off as, oh man, bro, you know I'm so hard, bro. You know I'm really hard, bro. I'm one of them guys that like my body, it doesn't quake, dude. The nerves don't ever shiver. No, I'm not like I'm not that type of fucking loser. So whenever I said I didn't really find it as a horror movie, if that makes sense. It wasn't horror in my opinion. It was, if anything, cause it was a little funny to me, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I would even cause I can't put it as a comedy, right? Cause it just wouldn't make sense. But at the same time, I don't think it makes sense in horror either. Just off the simple fact that it wasn't. I mean, I guess it was trying to be it, if that makes sense. But in that case, let's put Scream in horror, just for it trying to be it. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's just like, I don't know. But like I said, bro, I was laughing during it majority of the times. I don't sit here and say, oh, bro, dude, you should have seen me in that fucking Obsession movie theater, bro. Yeah, I tell you what, dude. I was sitting there. She screamed, ah! Not a damn twitch. I tell you what. No, like you never see me going around talking about the shit unless, you know, whenever I actually had to talk about it and it was actually relevant to whatever the fuck I was, you know, talking about in the fucking moment. So I don't know. To me, it's just very weird. Let alone the fact that those types of people will go into Discord channels and Discord servers and shit, you know, like go into gore servers or whatever the fuck, and then talk to people in there and then have them bring it up so that they can talk about it and then seem cool, if that makes sense. Like, they're so fiend out for fucking attention that they just go straight to the source. They go straight to the tap. They go straight to the other people that are also fiending for attention. So then they just kind of, you know, feed into each other. And that's why you see a lot of losers on Discord servers like that. Well, a lot of losers, because a lot of kids go on there too, especially kids growing up. Whenever they're growing up, they're trying to, you know, you're a kid, especially nowadays. Back then, not so much, because yeah, a lot of kids went outside and played more, of course. And I'm not saying that it's not a problem, of course. In my opinion, in my opinion, yes, it is an active problem that we do need to fix as a society. But yeah, I digress. Nowadays, a lot of people want to talk on a phone. A lot of people want to talk over the internet. A lot of people don't like to talk in person. They feel more comfortable, you know, talking like this to a webcam and whatnot. With that being said, they go out and they venture out for friends online whenever they feel bored, instead of going out, going next door. Hey, I seen, y'all just moved in or whatever the hell, blah, blah, blah. All of that shit. Good gist and whatnot. But yeah, they go onto the Discord servers, and then they find the Discord servers that have their exact niche interests, because then they know that the people within those servers are those types of niche individuals. Let alone the fact that they don't know the mischievous reasons a lot of those weirdos, at least, make those accounts and make those servers to lure in and have their own cesspool and have their own fucking just pool of losers and weirdos like David to be on the weirdo side that makes the damn servers and prey on these kids. But yeah, to just have a pool to pick through and kind of mingle with. So then they go out and they post in other Discord servers, their Discord server, to try and get more people to join. And then they go out and post it on with the damn server app. You know which one I'm talking about. It's something. It's like D-Hub or something. I don't know. It's something like that. It's like this hub or some shit like that, where it has like, you can search up any type of interest and it'll bring you all the servers and shit. They'll go on there, make posts. They'll go on Roblox, they'll make posts. That's another thing. They'll go into like TikToks, all types of shit, to just try and get people into their actual, server, so that they can then go ahead and prey on those little kids and be weirdos. But yeah, that's why you get a lot of people like this going into those Discord servers, because they know that a lot of kids are sitting here trying to find friends that most likely that are their age, but they find those fucking grown-ass adults, and then they get groomed, and then they get manipulated to the point where, yeah, they think that somehow, at least, I don't know how, but they think, they're the one for them, and this, that, and the third, and that they love them to death, and they do anything for that person, and vice versa. But that's just because, they're just typing words on a fucking computer. To them, it's just a game. But to the person on the other side receiving those words, they're feeling that impact because it's a one-on-one. So they don't think much of it. Besides the fact that, oh, wow, he's talking to me. I must be special. I must be this. I must be that. And then I'm assuming you get into the head or whatever the fuck. I don't see how, personally. But yeah, it does happen, and like I said, I'm not naive to the fact that it does happen, and it's very sad. It's very, very sad, and this shit's insane to me.
He seemingly left clues like the Riddler throughout his music videos, and the fact he barely even disposed of the evidence that he allegedly left behind is proof that not only was he insane, but he was stupid too. David has officially been charged with first-degree murder with special circumstances, including lying in wait, murder committed for financial gain, and murder of a witness to an investigation. He was also charged with lewd sex acts with a person under 4 years old, and the mutilation of a human body. Since being charged, he has pleaded.
He's definitely going straight to jail on the child pornography and all of that shit. At the bare minimum. Let's just hope that those go ahead and throw a maximum sentence at that motherfucker. But that's another thing. It's the judges. The judges are the problem too. The judges are the ones giving these verdicts to these pedophiles and shit, letting them back onto the streets, letting criminals back onto the streets that don't need to be onto the streets. Like, I'm going through a court case that is just a bunch of bullshit, but it feels like they're taking it harder and harsher on me than they are on fucking pedophiles, dog. And it's just genuinely so demoralizing, so just taxing, so annoying, so just, I don't know, bro, just like bullshit. That's what the fuck it's feeling, just bunch of bullshit.
not guilty and is being represented
Not
by a
guilty, my
Hollywood legal
fucking
powerhouse,
nuts.
Blair Burke, the same attorney that Harvey Weinstein hired back in 2017. The case isn't over yet, but if I were a betting man, I would guess that he will most likely be spending the rest of his life in jail. He might even be facing the death penalty, although that is a slim chance. At the end of the day, even if prosecutors took a slightly long time to gather all the evidence, it was for a good reason, and they made as airtight of a case as possible to try and ensure that.
Yeah, but with that being said, I don't think it was as airtight as they, initially wanted it to be. Just off the simple fact that why would they go for first degree? On top of doing all of the investigations and like I said, maybe it's somewhere within that 40 terabytes of evidence, and it's just not released yet where they got the premeditation at. But I personally don't think that they got premeditation, and that might be where he gets off at. It might not be the fact that he didn't kill him, but it's the fact that they're charging him with the wrong type of kill, if that makes sense. Murder. Instead of first degree, they probably definitely be able to get away with I think it's second degree, where it's just it happens, some shit happens, boom boom boom. Not manslaughter, but like in the sense of it wasn't premeditated or anything like that. It was just like a drug deal gone wrong type of thing. But even that might be manslaughter. Personally, closing arguments. Let me say that. Closing statements. Let me say that. Hola, senor. Well, hello. I don't think they got premeditation. Just off the simple fact of where's the premeditation at? Where's the planning out of doing it? Where is the getting rid of the body? The only way that I can see them getting premeditation, maybe, and that's a big maybe. My shit lopsided, huh, bro? Y'all see that? I know I ain't tripping, bro. Alright, bro. I'm about to just get this shit over with, call it a day. Bro, oh my god. The fact that he didn't have a plan afterwards doesn't scream plan to me. And that's the part that I'm kind of scared of. I think they might win on a technicality. They have a chance to win on a technicality. Let me put it that way. Just off the simple fact that, yeah, his defense might not even argue the fact that he didn't even do it. They might just argue the fact that he didn't plan to do it. And then, yeah, just get rid of those charges with that argument. But I will say I don't per se see them using that argument. I don't really know what type of argument they'd use. Maybe she just disappeared and, on the way there. And but even then, like, why would you go out and buy a chainsaw? Why would the body be found in your car? That just doesn't make sense. With that being said, I don't think that they got premeditation. I think they got second degree, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure they got that on lock. Any day of the week, whenever they want to go grab that. That being said, they didn't grab it. They didn't go for that. They didn't charge him with that. They want to go for that big boy one. They want the big points. They want to be known that, oh yeah, they want it to be known that he got taken down, bro. I can commend that. But at the same time, I don't know, bro. Just cause he needs to go to jail, bro. Like, fuck. Like, he just need to go to jail, bro. Fucking weirdo. So, with that being said, make sure he go to jail. Don't sit there and bullshit on some charges that you know he gonna get off of technicalities. Cause he technically didn't plan it. He just did it. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, they should at least have the sex one with the fucking minor. That in itself should be... He probably gonna even take a plea deal on that one, to be honest with you. But besides that, y'all stay safe. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's life. Don't get caught up like this fucking weirdo. Don't do the shit that his fucking weird ass was doing. Stay safe. Don't be stupid. live y'all life to the fullest, but make sure y'all live it safely. Stay dangerous, stay cool, stay crazy, stay doing y'all diddy y'all bop. Please like, please subscribe if you like the video. I got more coming for sure, one day, one possible. And besides that, fucking peace, man. Shit, I don't know.